All right, lesson 75. Pretty exciting as we get closer and closer to the end. All right, lesson 75, we have a couple of things to do here. Number one, you're going to give me an idea on what you might do your how-to video on. Okay, you have a question, you just type in your answer. So, for example, how to throw a football. All right, how to make a banana pie. Anything. All right, so that's going to be 75-1A and 75-1B. All right, so there was 50 points a piece. Put those two together. All right, and you're good to go. All right, so castle destruction. Dun dun dun. All right, so we're wrapping up Vex. We are almost at all the Vex that we're going to do. So here we go with one of our final Vex assignments. I know that'll be very disappointing to you. All right, so in Vex, the grid is 1,000 by 1,000. Okay, if it was a coordinate system like in math, it would be 1,000 up here on the y, 1,000 on the x, and then a negative 1,000 down here, and a negative 1,000 right there. Okay, and that works with what we know because when we were doing it, we were doing 1,800 across, which is about right, and 1,800 up and down, which is about right. Okay, so that means it's 1,000. It's 2,000 across, 2,000 up and down total. All right, so if we had our grid system up here in this corner up here, would be up here, so that would be x would be negative 1,000, y would be positive 1,000. If we were down here in this bottom corner, x would be positive 1,000, y would be negative 1,000. Okay, and then all the numbers in between, obviously. All right, our goal in castle destruction is to bump all of these pieces off the map. You want to run into them and run them off the map. All right, so we're going to go to Castle Crasher. And we want to run these things off the map. Okay, so they're like little castle things, and you want to run them over and shove them off. So, pretty easy, okay, to get started with. So let's see, we just have our normal start here, and you can have the pin down or no pin. Okay, it doesn't matter to me. I'm going to take the pin off for this moment. All right, and let's just drive forward before we get too fancy. Let's just drive forward. Whatever. 1,800, and we know that's going to put me at the other. That's going to put me close to this other side. All right, so drive forward. Smash the buildings. But 1,800, oh, I'm into the red. So had I drawn forward 2,000, all right, I'd fall off. We don't want to do that. We got to stay on there. So don't fall off. You're going to crash the stuff off, but don't fall off. All right? So now, to help us out, to help us figure out how to get places, and rather than have to guess so much, what we're going to do is we are going to program it so that we can tell the robot, I want to end up in this area, or this area, or this area. All right? So let's get rid of this, because this is going to be just like a my block, but slightly different. All right, so let's go to my block. We're going to make a block, and we're going to name that block drive to x colon, and then we're going to add an input, and we're going to call that input our x target. And then let's add another label, drive to y colon, add an input, y target. Okay. Now, we're going to define that. So we want to make it so wherever our robot is, we want it to be able to turn, okay, and get to a particular place. So let's have our robot turn to heading 90 degrees. Make sure it's turned to heading 90 degrees. All right, we're also going to use turn to heading 0 degrees. So 90 degrees on our robot. 90 degrees would be, all right, 0 straight up and down, 90's over here. All right, so if we have our playground, you can notice that my robot right now is heading 0. 0 degrees is he's facing up, that's 0 degrees. If I had him turn to 90 degrees, you'll notice he's going to turn right over there. If I have him turn to 180 degrees, he's going to turn the opposite down here. And if I have him turn to 270 degrees, he's going to face that direction. Okay? So, you can go away. Alright. So he's going to turn to 90 degrees, which is going to be our X, because it's going to be running on the horizontal. And we're going to drive forward. Yep. Put that there. And then we're going to drive forward for our Y right here. Okay, now, we need to go in here to our operators and let this do some math, because the robot is going to do the math for us every time. I'm grabbing the minus, the second one. Alright, now, I want to come here. I want to grab this X target for this top one. There we go. This Y target for that one. See how that's highlighted? That's perfect. Boom. Alright. Now, based on where we're at, the robot always knows where it's at. So based on where we're at, we want to put, boom, put that one in there. Change this to Y. Alright, with this little simple bit right here, we can tell that robot to go wherever we want. Okay, so I'm going to get a playground. I'm not going to get Castle Crusher so you can see it. Alright, so don't worry about those things right now. So let's say I wanted to drive up into this area. Okay, well that's going to be positive X something and positive Y. So let's say I want to drive to 400, 400. Alright, so boom. He's going to turn. He's going to end up at 400, 400. Okay, look at my location here, 400, 400. He ended up exactly where I needed him to be, 400, 400. I could do it again. Let's say I want him down here in this corner. And let's say I want him at negative 1,000, and I want him at negative 777. So, he's going to go up here for my 400, 400. Notice this location is changing. He's at 400. He goes up. He's at another 400. Boom. Now he's going to back up to X is 1,000. Oops, I made a mistake. Negative 900. Let's just do negative 900. There we go. There we go. There we go. You get it now. So he backs up negative 900, and then he's going to come down negative 777. Okay? So these numbers are going to match where I want him to go. Alright? Now, you're going to do that. You're going to do that for Castle Crasher. Now, you can code if you want. You can code to knock off all this stuff. Like, for example, instead of having that there, I could code drive forward. Let's see. I could code drive right, turn right 90, drive forward. I don't know. What do you think that is? 900? Halfway over there? Boom. And you push that one off. That's all good. That one's gone. Okay, and then I could guess this one, and I can guess these if I want. or you can use our drive to Y and our drive to X, either one that you want. Okay, your goal is to get this completely cleared off. Completely cleared off. And don't fall off onto the red. Because if I was to drive, let's say I changed this and I was to drive for 1500, alright, so reset, drive for 1500. Boom! Alright, I fell off. We don't want to fall off. Alright, so that's your task. Get all of these taken care of. And on the back side of the information, the instructions, okay, you have that code there. You have this code. I'm not giving you the answers. That one might help you. This one might help you. Also, if you want to use a sensor, okay, we've used some sensors before. You can use a sensor. Alright, that's it. That's 85.